Welcome back, fans of Kendrick Lamar. Today I'm checking out swimming pools, drank. I'm really enjoying the journey so far, and this song has caught my attention because somebody mentioned in the comments, it's about Kendrick was a drinker, as was I, and I don't know, it's not really something I struggle with anymore, but I suppose I struggle with the idea of, was I an alcoholic? Am I an alcoholic? Or was I just, did I just sort of fall victim to being compulsive, and living compulsively rather than consciously? Because once I did stop, for the most part, my behaviours just, it just something else replaced it. It was food. Just went from booze to food, and I guess that's something that I've realised is that you can't, any addiction, I think, sex, shopping, gambling, whatever it is, you can't just stop. You've got to find something else to do. You've got to find something better to do with your time, and really that's. You've got to weigh them up, haven't you, So working towards better things, I guess. Self-improvement and that, And it ain't an easy thing to do. And it's not a linear path, is it, It's some steps forward and then sometimes steps back. But the time is going to pass anyway. And, well, you might as well aim up, right? Because things you got to choose between the pain of action or the pain of regret, I suppose. But anyway, let's see what Kendrick's got to say on the matter. Into the darkness, that's an interesting image, isn't it?
Hold up.
Frank.
Headshot.
Frank.
Sit down.
Frank.
Stand up.
Frank.
Pass out.
Frank.
Wake up.
Frank.
Fade it.
Frank.
Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in.
No, man, just so concise with his words, isn't he? Of course, of course he is. But I was going to start it again. I love the cadence, I guess, and the bounce of the syllables of the words and stuff, the rhythm. But just in that, what was that, like the first 30 seconds, of him talking, the information strikes deep already, doesn't it? Paints, what a picture it paints out. Cool.
Hold up.
Frank.
Headshot.
Frank.
Sit down.
Frank.
Stand up.
Frank.
Pass out.
Frank.
Wake up.
Frank.
Fade it.
Frank.
Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'ma get fucked up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip, then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots.
All right, let's stop it there, and before we get into the chorus of that. I mean, he has just listed, hasn't he, I suppose, all the ways that people justify it to themselves, Is it just that people really like the way it feels? It lowers your inhibitions, doesn't it, for sure? And I don't think it makes you unaware of consequences. It just makes you not care, right, about consequence. I think I'm just from a family of alcoholics or a culture of alcoholics, I suppose. But kind of jolly ones, I suppose, or sometimes sad ones, perhaps. But like there was never any sort of anger or violence in my family. I'm probably the most angry person in my family, you know, or the most prone to it, you know. But it was just drinking daily was, you know, after work, you know, you drink to celebrate, you drink when you know something goes wrong or whatever, and I just started young, man, like 11 years old or something, you know. I mean, not daily, but regularly. By the time I guess I was 14, 15, and yeah, by the time I was 18, it was daily, and that continued for like the next 12 years or something, I guess, before it began to occur to me, you know, that this is fucking me up, man, you know. And then of course I began to realise that and try to tell people around me, but like, no, you're fine. What are you talking about? You know, it's lifeblood. You know, it won't hurt you. It won't hurt you. Meanwhile, you know, everyone, all their lives are going nowhere fast. You know, and man, it was tough. It's tough to stop. You know, and I think because I stopped on my own, like without, you know, AA meetings or rehab or anything, I kind of thought, oh, maybe I haven't got a problem. And then a few years later, my dad died. Man, like just 3/4 of a bottle of whiskey, and I went like that, man, you know. And then it was briefly back onto that stupid merry-go-round, you know. And I thought, yeah, you can control it or whatever, but it's really it just makes everyone stupid, I think. And I feel like I'm always kind of a bit wary about saying that because why? Because I suppose when I was that person, I didn't want to be preached to, you know. And then I think, oh, maybe it's okay for some people, and maybe it is, you know. Maybe a drink here or there or whatever, you know, wine with your dinner or something on occasion. And I certainly felt that it maybe helped me creatively for a while, you know. I remember thinking it kind of helped slow my brain down enough so, you know, I could think with some sort of singularity rather than it just being chaos in my mind. But I suppose what I've realised since is that all that noise in my head was as a result of childhood things, I guess, like, you know, lack of love, lack of real love, you know, lack of guidance, lack of support, lack of understanding of myself and of others, and of others understanding me, and, you know, vice versa, and all that. Just certainly a self-medication, you know. And I suppose of all of the things, you know, that perhaps could be deemed to be, you know, spiritually conducive, you know, perhaps smoking the herb or mushrooms, you know, or something along those lines. Those, to me, you know, they're very different things, you know. And this alcohol, it is the spirit eater, isn't it? You know, it's the destroyer, really, of family, of life, you know. You can waste your life away, you know, at the bottom of a bottle, and dress it up and justify it in all sorts of nonsense ways. But at the end of the day, it just makes you stupid. Makes you stupid, like, gradually, you know, so you don't even notice you're getting stupid. And I'm amazed I've got any, you know, brain capacity left whatsoever, you know. It makes you stupid, I think. Anyway, that's enough talking for now. Let's see what else he's got to say.
Crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip, then somebody said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
I'm going to pause it there. I know, like, usually I have been, on the last couple of reactions, I've read the lyrics beforehand, but I haven't done that yet. Let me just have a look. I didn't do it for this one. They were pretty easy to make out, you know, apart from that chorus was a little bit. Alright, okay. Yeah, pour up, drank, headshot, drank, sit down, drank, stand up, drank, pass out, drank, wake up, drank, faded, drank. So you get to kill yourself every day. It's brutal. Now I done grew up around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels. Some people want to kill their sorrows. Some people want to fit in with the popular. That was my problem. Oh, right, okay, I'd missed that line. So that was him. I don't know what mine was, really. I guess I liked the way it made me feel, and then I just did it so much I forgot that there was other feelings apart from that. And then when you get, you know, when you're clean and sober and then I began to realise, you know, certain foods are messing me up and everything, you know. So just the more I feel I'm trying to live consciously and noticing things and exercising and stuff, because it's good for your brain, isn't it? It's good for your spirit, it's good for your soul, and that's going to make your journey through life better and more productive. I was in the dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon that I'm going to get fucked up, filling up my cup. I see the crowd mood changing by the minute, and the record on repeat. Took a sip, then another sip, then someone said to me, why are you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'm going to show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. That's just, yeah. Man, that was my life gradually, you know, and it was fun playing in bands and stuff. Making music, it was fun, but then once those things were taken away or let go of those things, I'm not sure, you know, what happened there, but the creative side went, and then all that was left was the drink, and that got very dark very quickly, you know. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all flock. All the girls want to play Baywatch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor, and then they dive in it. Because these are just kind of repeated ones. Alright, okay. I'm gonna go. Let's go back and have another listen for a little bit.
Frank,
Headshot.
Frank,
Sit down.
Frank,
Stand up.
Frank,
Pass out.
The visuals of this are great as well, aren't they? Look, because it's just everything is a blur. You know, it's dark.
Now open your mind up and listen to me, Kendrick. I'm in your conscience. If you do not hear me, then you will be history, Kendrick. I know that you're nauseous right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick.
If I take another one down, I'ma drown in some poison, abusing my limit. I think that I'm feeling the vibe. I see the love in her eyes. I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrived.
Alright, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to these lyrics now and have a quick look. But man, the okay, now open up your mind and listen to me, Kendrick. I'm your conscience. If you do not hear me, you'll be history, Kendrick. I had a similar kind of things, I guess. There's a documentary I watched on YouTube, actually, like a self-made thing. I think it's called Hidden in Plain Sight or something. Man, that just set a lot of dominoes in my head falling, and I had a similar experience. I know that you're nauseous right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick. If I take another one down, I'm going to drown in some poison, abusing my limit. Well, the only people that know where the edge is the people that have gone over it, right? That nauseousness as well. Like I drank to the extent that that stopping was horrendous. You know, like the withdrawal was probably dangerous to do since I've read about it, you know, just to stop like I did. Like night terrors and sweats and the all the stuff, you know. But the worst thing was is it took me a few attempts, like over the course of a year, I suppose, to actually stop for good. And I think like maybe the second or third time I went through that, I was like, I'm not doing that again. Not to that extent anyway. Although, as I mentioned, I did relapse a little a few years later. But I mean, apart from that, mostly for the most part, I've been 10 years ish sober, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the tune. Take it back a little bit.
Right now, and I'm hoping to lead you to victory, Kendrick.
If I take another one down, I'ma drown in some poison, abusing my limit. I think that I'm feeling the vibe. I see the love in her eyes. I see the feeling of freedom is granted as soon as the damage of vodka arrived. This how you capitalize. This is parental advice. And apparently, I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me, nigga, why?
Man, like, yes, there's just so concise with his words. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, going back to this bit, when he said, why are you babysitting 1 or 2 free shots, you know, yeah, we used to say, why are you tickling it for, you know, don't tickle it, you know, hit it, you know, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly, and that kind of stuff, you know. And it's weird, isn't it, that like drinking, it's the only thing that if you don't do it, people assume you've got a problem or had a problem or whatever, you know. Billy Connolly, I always heard a great bit about it. He said that he thought he would stop while it was his own idea, while it was still his own idea, you know, because he said, I never wanted to be one of those people, you know, at dinners or parties or whatever, you know, and they get offered a drink and they're like, oh, doctor says I can't, you know. So, yeah, you gotta stop by choice for sure. I wave a few bottles, then I'm much more flock. All the girls, I read this bit, okay. Hang on, these lyrics, I think these are just repeated. What was he saying then about the parental thing? Gosh, there's a lot of lyrics for this, isn't there? Are there different versions of this song? Because it seems like there's a... Is it longer on the album, perhaps? Because all these lyrics seem pretty long what I'm reading here. All I have in my life is an appetite for failure, and I got hunger pain that grow insane. Tell me, did that sound familiar? I did hear something the other day about, or see something, I think it was a Carl Jung thing, where he spoke about the reason why you feel unmotivated after like a change in your life is to do with ego death. So it's like ego is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because you need some kind of ego, I guess, to move forward, to have confidence and stuff, maybe. But then if you kill your ego, like, your motivation kind of goes a bit, doesn't it? So you need to be reborn and stuff, I guess. If it do, then you like me, make an excuse that your relief is in the bottom of a bottle and the greenest. I don't know. I'm just going back to the tune. I should have set this up so I could put the lyrics on screen as well, so you could see, isn't it?
Lies. This is parental advice, and apparently I'm over influenced by what you are doing. I thought I was doing the most, and someone said to me, nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, may watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor, and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Frank,
Headshot.
Frank,
Sit down.
Frank,
Stand up.
Frank,
Pass out.
Frank,
Wake up.
Frank,
Fade it.
Frank,
Fade it.
Frank.
I ride, you ride, bang. 1 chopper, 100 shots, bang. Hop out, do you, bang. 2 chopper, 200 shots, bang. I ride, you ride, bang. 1
Just goes down that easy, doesn't it, man? it does. It's a cool tune, isn't it? Deep stuff. The visually, it's just brilliant as well.
Faded. Faded.
And I thought it was fun, you know, like I thought it was the answer. I thought nothing can be as good as this, you know. But it's got that scorpion's tail, hasn't it, that turns around and gets you in the end.
One chopper, 100 shots, bang. Hop out, do you, bang. Two chopper, 200 shots, bang. Nigga, why you babysitting? Only 2 or 3 shots. I'ma show you how to turn it up a notch. First you get a swimming pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. Pool full of liquor, then you dive in it. I wave a few bottles, then I watch them all fly. All the girls wanna play, they watch. I got a swimming pool full of liquor and they dive in it. Pool full of liquor, I'ma dive in it.
Hold up.
Drink,
Headshot.
drink,
Sit down.
drink,
Stand up.
drink,
Pass out.
drink,
Wake up.
drink,
Faded.
drink,
Faded.
drink.
It's just a cool class sounding song, wasn't it, man? Important to speak about, I guess, as well. Because it kills everything, you know. It kills your spirit. It messes up your hormones. I wonder if there's anybody that, you know, that gets into booze. I mean, is everybody that gets into booze, like, seriously? Is that like a when you're a kid or an adolescent or a young adult at the most, right? I mean, do people drink for the first time really in their 30s and then become alcoholics? Is it like generational in one way or another? But there's magic in us, isn't there, man? Like, as like spiritual beings, you know, spiritual beings having a human experience. And it just muddies the water, doesn't it? You know, it's just there's so much crazy about it. But yeah, anyway, that just I love music or films or poetry or books or anything. I love stuff that makes me think, you know, and whether that's, you know, about life, love. Because what I realised, I suppose, is when I was young, I thought I knew the answers, and you know, knew what was what for the things in my world, and my world was pretty small then, I guess. But now, like, you know, the more I know, the less I know for sure, and really, I just think I know nothing, you know. So I haven't got any of the answers, you know, about how we should be living our lives. I guess I'm just kind of working out what not to do, you know, and trying to aim up, you know, the best I can. And hopefully you're aiming up as well, you know, because if everyone aims up, things are just going to get better, hopefully, ain't they? Anyway, love to you guys. Thanks for watching. More Kendrick Lamar reactions coming soon. See you later.